following is a paid program. Its views and opinions are not necessarily those of this station or its management.
Good morning, and welcome to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour starring Gary Rossignol of RE/MAX Preferred Group. To be part of the program, dial 513-563-1480 to get your answers to questions about your home and property. That number again, 513-563-1480. Now, here's Gary.
Fixer-uppers will become more attractive to buyers.
Well, I think, part of what you have with the fixer-uppers is we're not building a lot of inventory right now. We're certainly not building any entry-level inventory, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, you used to be able to go out and find some buy levels and things for, buy a new buy level for $150,000, $175,000. I'm only talking 15 years ago. That product's really not even being built right now. There's very little entry-level product out there. So if somebody's coming in as a first-time buyer, now they're looking at more aged inventory. Mm-hmm. Which may have good bones, but it needs to be freshened up.
And you have a loan program for that,
We do. We offer a product from Fannie Mae called the Home Style Renovation Loan.
Ooh.
So it allows you to either purchase and renovate a house, or if you already own a home and you want to make certain improvements to it, we can refinance your existing mortgage and build in the cost of the renovations into that mortgage.
Okay.
So a really nice thing. And the key to that kind of a product is we work on future value. So if you buy a house for $150,000, you typically can only borrow some portion of $150,000 on it.
But a real estate professional like myself, we can do research and say, hey, if this house was in really good condition compared to the other sales, it would be worth $175,000 or $180,000.
Right, exactly. So what we do is on that product, when the appraiser goes out to the home, they're not appraising it based on how it sits today. They also have a copy of a list of the improvements going to be made, right? New flooring, new bathroom, new kitchen, new roof, new HVAC, whatever it may be, and they're going to appraise it based on the future value. What is the house going to be worth after all these improvements have been realized? Mm-hmm. And then you can borrow off of that future value, which is the key to making that kind of a product work. Again, whether it's a purchase and refinance or purchase and renovate version, or the refinance and renovate version, we're working off a future value.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah,
is that a conventional mode?
It is a conventional.
Wow.
Uh-huh. Yep. It's
so
offered by Fannie Mae.
No PMI.
Well, there can be PMI. It depends on how far they go into it.
Okay.
Right. I mean, you can go up to a 95% loan to value.
Okay.
But the PMI on that product's still going to be cheaper for most borrowers than the PMI would be on like an FHA loan, right? Or one of those options. So.
Okay. We saw last year, up until about 2 months ago, there just wasn't any inventory. I have 3 or 4 buyers waiting for something to hit the market. When it does, they're bidding against at least a half a dozen other buyers after the same house, which is the fixer. A lot of sellers still are in that mode from back in 2021 and 2022 that put the house on the market for whatever price it's going to sell.
Right.
And they say, we don't want to do anything. We just want to sell it as. I'm seeing more as-is sales. But I'm also seeing in the market more homes being repriced, starting little higher than what they like in 2021, 2022, but they're not getting those wild, crazy offers anymore. So now they're sitting on the market for 6 and 8 weeks.
Yeah. It's basic economics, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you have 40 people trying to one product, the prices can get pushed up. But if you got 1 or 2 people trying to buy a single product, there's not as much competition, and it's not going to drive the price up unnaturally. When you talk about affordability, one of the things, I think I shared an article with you earlier in the week, that Cincinnati for 2024 was rated as having the second most affordable housing market. And, affordability is an interesting thing because one of the things that affects affordability is, one, wages. And wages are expected to go up in 2024. But the other thing that affects affordability is interest rates. And those are expected to go, as we've already talked about this morning, to go down in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that Cincinnati's average price, I think, was around $270,000, and of the major metro areas in the U.S., that was the second lowest, only behind Buffalo, New York. So I think that puts affordability in a good light as we go into 2024 because we're going to have increased wages. We're going to have falling interest rates. That allows people to buy more house with their dollar. So I think it's going to be we're expecting a good year.
Yeah. And the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour is brought to you today by Tom Bolger. He is at Huntington Bank, and his phone number is 859-488-3185. And if they call that number, you'll answer, won't you?
You betcha. We look forward to your calls.
And if you're interested in anything that you heard so far this morning, he's the man to call and talk to.